All right. We've got a great opportunity in front of us to go play a team in Rutgers that does a lot of things that really challenge you. Coach Ciano is a guy that I've got tremendous respect for. His name speaks for itself, what he's been able to do over the years. His teams, when you watch them play, they play with a brand of toughness. And they challenge you in a lot of ways. Obviously, he has a history in special teams of being very aggressive when it comes to punt block, but you see it in all phases. You see it on defense. They're in your grill. They play tight coverage. You see offensively they got real weapons outside. A wide receiver, one of the better running backs, if not one of the best running backs we've seen this year and the way they're playing right now. So it'll be a really fun challenge for us. Our guys came to work today and excited to see them get back out there on the field.
On the right, Zach.
The first time with this group, you're seeing them respond to a loss. What's the vibe been like over the past 48 hours and how these guys are coming to work?
Yeah, guys ready to go attack it. That nobody was satisfied with the result on Saturday, and there's a lot of pieces that could have been better, but these guys came to work today.
On the left, Eric.
Similar question, but specifically with Dante. How has he handled it? Kind of obviously an opportunity for him to take kind of a leadership role. I'm just curious on what you've seen there.
Yeah, I think he's handled it the right way. Everybody looks internally and then goes back and says, okay, what can I have improved on? What can I have done better? And I think he saw a lot of moments in that game that he could have played to a higher degree and what he's capable of. He's proven that he's a good quarterback, and he didn't play to his best on Saturday. He knows that. We didn't put him in the most advantageous situations on Saturday as well, but he came in today and attacked it really well.
Outside of a win, what does success look like for you on Saturday? Do you feel like you can fix everything you identified from Indiana, or is that something that takes a longer period of time?
Well, I don't think you look at that game and say everything was broken either, right? So it's not like we're a team that has a million. We lost to a really good team. We're tied in the fourth quarter. We don't finish the game. Did we play our best game? No, we didn't play our best game in the first half. But what's success look like? It looks like improvement. It looks like us getting better, not making the same mistakes we made in that last game, doing a better job identifying what's working for us and what's not as coaches, right? And doing a good job of leaning in on what's working for us and then having good answers for what the opponent's doing.
On the left, John.
You mentioned after the game on Saturday, Jordan getting a hot hand at running back at one point in that first half, and we know about what he's done in the short yardage, but how is that role going to continue to increase for him between the 20s and just getting more of those regular touches at running back?
Yeah, I think he's earned those opportunities. He did a good job at times. There were some runs that were really successful for us on Saturday, and there were some runs that weren't, and that's scheme related. But it's also the way some of our backs do a really good job at certain runs, and some of the runs that Jordan does a really good job at showed up for us on Saturday.
On the left, James.
In terms of the things that Dante could have done better, and looking back at it, what were some of those things? Were those things that he just missed and didn't see at the time, or those things that Indiana was doing defensively to kind of mess with what his reads might have been? Or
probably a combination of both, right? But we got off of some of our initial reads a little too quick at times. Didn't key through the things that we're supposed to key through at times. The routes weren't always ran the right place, right? So the guy that he's supposed to be throwing the ball to and he's expecting to be in a certain spot wasn't where they needed to be. So it's always easy to say, oh, that's the quarterback or the call, right? The wideouts need to be in location where they're supposed to be at the moment, right, when he's looking to deliver the ball. And so all those things add up, and those are things we'll sharpen up.
Back right, Jack.
Coach, you talked about it a little after the game, just the tempo of the game in Indiana. It felt like, during the 2-minute drill and the offensive scoring drive, you guys ran a fast up-tempo type offense, and you guys seemed to have control. Outside of that, it seemed that Indiana had a little more control of the tempo. How important is it going to be to control the tempo of the game on the road, especially when you're looking to get back in the win column?
Yeah, I think tempo is something you always want to vary. There was moments we went really fast and it wasn't good, right, on Saturday, and there's moments we went fast and it was really good, right? And you got to be able to do a little bit of both, right? That's part of it. More than anything, we just got to go out there and execute and do what we're coached to do, and then make sure that we're coaching the proper things in those moments. So very important.
On the left, Eric.
You have two of the better contested catch guys on the outside, and you're going to see probably all year. What's the challenge there? And I guess just that Brandon played really well. You guys rotated the other spot. Kind of where you at with the other corner?
Yeah, we're going to keep continue to make sure that we have guys that can go out there and compete at a high level. I think we have guys that can play winning football. Brandon's playing at a really, really high level right now. He's earned the opportunity to be on the field as much as we can have him there, as long as he's fresh. But they do a great job. This is, as far as teams that we've played that throw the intermediate passing game, they have one of the deepest depths of target in our league. These guys really push the ball down the field. Their quarterback delivers a really good ball, and they've got great size outside. And then they have a slot receiver that can flat out run, right? So this is a team that has really good talent, like I said, outside that you have to match up well. from a body standpoint, you have to be able to defend contested catches. They'll throw the 50-50 ball and expect their guy to come down with it consistently.
Zach on the right.
You guys ran the ball 21 times in the first half and did pretty well, especially between the tackles. You only ran 9 times in the second half. Was that the result of an adjustment at halftime? And if so, what did you see?
Well, we had limited opportunities to in the second half because we didn't do a great job getting drives running, but we should absolutely have looked for more opportunities to run the ball and do some of the things that were effective.
Here on the left, John.
With their receivers and their ability in the contested catches, when you're coming off a game where Surratt was able to do what he did, does that motivate your cornerbacks and stuff more to meet that challenge this weekend?
I think you always want to perform your best.
On the left, James.
With some of the pass protection issues this past weekend, Dan, how much was assignment related versus execution related? By assignment, I mean calls.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I couldn't give you a percentage, right? Their guy beat our guy. Like there was always somebody necessarily probably accounted for, or we're throwing hot off of them. We did a good job throwing it hot at times, to Gary on an empty protection where we were hot and gain, it was one of our bigger gains of the day. And then there were times we didn't do a great job of that or redirecting protection. So it's a combination of both.
Back right, Jack.
Yesterday was obviously a big change in the college football landscape. I'm just curious what your perspective is on just like the coaching change and just your position as head coach, just how quick things can change from a head coaching position, if you have any perspective on that.
Yeah, it's just that's the business that we're in. It's a heavy pressure position. There's high expectations. Fan bases want to win. They expect that. There's some really good coaches that. It's really about what have you done lately, and that's college football, and that's the world we live in. So it is what it is, right? There's not a lot that you can say about it other than go do your job and try your best to go win games.
And right out.
Yeah, what makes Rutgers' run game unique, and their running back? What makes him unique?
Yeah, they do a great job, with their stretch. They run, some wide zone variations, and they run some inside zone. So they have great complements to their run game. They don't have a lot of, indicators in the run game, which allows them to take the ball multiple directions. And they do a great job getting north and south. When they make a decision, they hit the hole and they hit it with violence. So really good run game. And then it's built off of similar to some of the stuff we saw last week with RPOs down the field. If you load the box, they got the ability to throw it to the guys outside and take advantage of it.
Zach on the right.
Kyler Casper was listed as out for the season on the pregame availability report. I just wondering if you could go into more detail there.
Yeah, I had an injury to his foot and ended up having surgery on that, so he won't be available for us, unfortunately.
Front left, James.
Y'all caused so much defensive havoc last season, Dan, and at times certainly have this season. But how do you feel like the havoc rate from the front seven in particular and just getting home more consistently? How do you feel about that so far?
It could certainly improve. And then again, it's a little bit sometimes dictated by who you're playing and how quickly they get the ball out and what they do.
On the left, Eric.
One of the guys defensively that's really popped recently has been Bear. Just want to get your insights and kind of what's allowed him to have so much success, especially on rundowns.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. He's improved throughout the season. He's a guy, we talk about taking our medicine every single week and saying, what can we improve? What can we get better at? And he's a guy that's done a good job of attacking those things each week and proven to be a guy that can play snaps for us.
On the right, Zach.
Saw Dorian Brew warming up for the first time before this game. What has his, recovery been like, and what's he doing to get on the field for you?
Working every day. Yeah, he's working every day, and he's able to practice for us now. He's doing more for us, so excited to continue to see him develop.
Front left, James.
Is there a point at which kicking in the kicking game will begin to influence offensive strategy like it did for you guys in 22 and 23?
I think kicking in the kicking game always influences strategy.
What we got for you, Coach?
Thank you.